Hello and welcome to your yoga practice. My name is Laura. Place in the middle is where you can find me. Today's practice is all about opening up our heart centers just a little bit more in order for us to become a little bit more brave. I know this world, there's a lot of unknowns, and in normal circumstances there's so many unknowns, but then you throw in a worldwide pandemic and we all start to panic. So today is all about surrendering to what is here right now, opening our hearts, and just becoming brave enough to show up even when we're scared. So I'd like you to grab some yoga props today, 2 blocks preferably. If you don't have blocks, that's okay. You can actually use a pillow. So you could use a pillow in the same form or shape as a block. If you have your yoga blocks at home, there's going to be one here. And I want it on the second level, or you can go lower if you choose to. And then this will go up above. So first block or prop will be right under your bra line. And then the second one will be underneath your head. And I'm not there to support you, so I'm just going to demo how you get on your blocks. Now, most people who've never done this before, I invite you to try the first level. Second level is more for people who've been practicing for a little while, and third is like super opening, which can be a little bit intense if you haven't opened up your shoulders and your heart for a while. So underneath my bra line, I'm going to come all the way back, and then the second block goes underneath my head. I just gave myself a little bit of an adjustment, so you might do the same thing. Open up your heart here. Most of us tend to sit forward, especially in the winter time when we're cold. We hunch forward. You know, a lot of us are working from home, or we're on the computer working away or driving, and so we tend to slouch forward, which causes a little bit of discomfort in through our shoulders. So this is the opposite. Let your hands be down by your sides, palms up. If you need to take any pressure off, you can bend your knees. So 2 pillows if you don't have 2 blocks. Close your eyes, and I invite you to turn into your breath. Every time you inhale, let your bellies fill up and expand. And every time you exhale, let your bellies empty and sink, contract toward the back of your spine. See if you can soften the outer edges of your heart a little bit more. When things get difficult, we tend to shut down, we close our hearts. We think we're protecting ourselves by not feeling or going through the motions. But we're actually doing ourselves more harm than good. So open up the space of your heart, even if it feels difficult today to do so. You're not alone. And just for a moment while you're laying here, I want to envision yourself, seeing yourself on your mat, laying here, heart open, chest open. And then I want you to begin to see the people in the houses next to you. Who's living in your neighborhood? And then go a little further with your view. Who's living in the city around you? The sub-cities beside, adjacent to your city. And then I want you to take the bigger picture of the earth. Looking at the earth, at billions and billions of people in this world, all living and breathing, all who are going through something. In this moment, I want you to notice that you're not alone. Deepen your breath a little bit more. With each out breath, ground grounding yourselves into this earth, this place we call home, finding your roots, and breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. And as you lay here with your heart open and your mind open, I want you to think about the word brave or bravery. Maybe you're thinking of a time you had to be brave. Maybe you're thinking of a loved one who has been brave for you. And then I want you to set an intention around this word. How does that resonate with you? How does it make you feel? Keep breathing here, in through your heart, in through your chest. Start over, my darling. Be brave enough to find the life you want and courageous enough to chase it. Then start over and love yourself the way you were always meant to. As you take your next inhalation, reach your arms above your head and stretch. And as you exhale, bring your hands back down by your sides. Palms touch the earth. Inhaling, reaching your arms above your head and stretching. And exhaling, bringing them back down. One more time. Inhaling to reach. And exhale, bring your hands back down. Inhale, reach your arms above your head and stretch. Clasp a hold of your fingertips, press your palms away. Point down through your toes, being brave even during this little bit of discomfort. And then slowly release, clasp a hold of your left wrist and reach over to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, clasp a hold of your right wrist and reach to the right. Inhale, come back to center, clasp hold of your fingertips, press your palms away, and point your toes. Exhale, release, bring your hands back down by your sides, palms touching the earth. Slide your hands underneath your bum, so lift your bum slightly. Now you'll start to come up onto your forearms, so flex your toes towards your nose, tuck your chin to your chest, up on your forearms. Use this as leverage to press all the way up. Remove your props, place them at the top of the left side of your mat, and then come all the way back down onto your back. Shoulders are walked in. Inhale, reach your arms above your head and stretch. And exhale, release your hands back down by your sides. Inhaling to reach. Exhale to release. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, reach your arms above your head and stretch. Clasp hold of your fingertips, press your palms away, and point down through your toes. Exhale and release. Clasp hold of your left wrist and reach over to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, second side. Clasp hold of your right wrist. Reach to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Clasp a hold of your fingers. Press your palms away and point down through your toes. And as you exhale, release. Take your hands back down by your sides. Palms touch the ground. Bend your knees. Let the soles of your feet touch your mat. And then draw your knees into your chest. Give yourselves a little bit of a hug here. You can gently start to rock here from side to side, just releasing any leftover tension on the back of your spine, back of your hips. Good. And then let's take our hands underneath our thighs. Clasp a hold of your fingertips, or you can just clasp the back of your thighs. Let's gently start to rock and roll up and down our spines. We're going to do this a couple of times. One more time. And as you roll all the way up this time, grab your seat, cross your legs. Let's inner rotate our thighs so our sit bones are grounding us and connecting us to the earth. Take your blocks by your side, sides up. They're just there for reaching. Inhale, reach your arms up. If not, your pillows are okay. Exhale your hands to your heart. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. One last time. Inhale, rise. Exhale your hands to your heart. Inhale, rise. Clasp a hold of your right wrist and reach over to the left. Ground down through your sit bones and then connect your knees down towards the earth. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, second side. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release your hands to your heart. Take your right hand down by your side. Now you can use your block or your pillow. Inhale, reach your left arm over your ear and stretch. Wrap your right sides under a little bit more. And then open your left sides towards the sky, stretching out through the sides of your heart, sides of your chest. Inhaling here, exhaling here. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale over to the other side. This time wrapping your left side under and opening your right side to the sky. Let's begin to flow here. Inhaling to center, exhaling and reaching. Inhaling to center, exhale, reach. Inhaling and exhaling. Keep flowing here a couple more times. Flowing with the rhythm of your breath, going side to side. One more each way. Stick with it here. Last time. Inhale, reach both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart, touch your thumbs to the nape of your neck. Clasp a hold of your fingertips, interlacing your fingers, and then open up your elbows here. Good. Inhale here, open a little bit more. As you exhale, tuck your chin to your chest and draw your elbows towards one another. Inhale nice and slow, start to open up here. Exhale and round. Inhaling, opening. Exhaling, rounding. Keep flowing. A couple more times. Flowing with the rhythm of your breath. And then the next time that you are open, I invite you to stay. Let go of your fingertips. Take your arms out into robot arms. Inhale and reach. Exhale, pull your bar down. Good. Inhale to reach. Belly's hugged in. Exhale, pull your bar down. One more time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull down. Stay. Open your palms up. And then release. Inhale, shrug your shoulders up. Exhale them down. A couple more shoulder rolls here. Shoulder shrugs. We carry the weight of the world on our shoulder, especially when it comes to being brave. Sometimes our shoulders and our hearts are tighter. Roll the other way. Almost like you're swimming. Just realize I have chocolate all over my pants because I'm not at all a chocolate lover. Okay, one more shoulder rub here. Good. And roll, and release. Okay, so our blocks are still by our sides. Take your right hand down by your side. So option 1 is to have your right hand here. Option 2 is to come down on your forearm onto the block. Option 3, which is super intense, is to come all the way down. If you're feeling really sore, then I invite you to do in between. or the first one. So bring your forearm down, but notice how your sit bones are still grounding. If the left butt cheek starts to come up, then you've gone too far is where you're going to use your hand. Wrap your right sides under, open your left side, and then reach your left arm over your ear and stretch. Start to separate your thumb from the rest of your fingers. So your fingers are nice and tight together, but your thumb is the only one swaying away. Good. Inhale nice and slow. Bring your left arm to center so it's parallel to your mat, palm down. Exhale and reach. Inhaling nice and slow, coming forward. Good. Exhale, reach. Inhaling to center, palm down. Exhale and reach. Wrap your right sides under, open your left sides towards the sky. Take a couple more breaths. It's going to feel pretty intense from your shoulder all the way down to your hip insertion. And I want you to breathe. As you exhale, slowly round forward. And walk your hands to the center of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. And then exhale, fold. Take a couple of breaths here. Kick out a no or a yes in your head and neck. Walk your hands over to the left side. Using your block here if you need to. Reach your right arm over, but before you do that, wrap your left side under. Don't hunch forward so you're not squaring yourself off to the left side. Wrap your left side under and then reach. Remember to separate your fingers from your thumb. Inhale, bring your right arm parallel to center. Beautiful. Exhale and reach. Inhaling to center. Exhaling and reaching. One more time. And reach. Wrap your left sides under. Open your right sides to the sky. Let your knees fall down. Right sit bone is grounding you and connecting you to your mat. One last breath. Slowly as you exhale, round forward. Walk your hands forward. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale and fold completely. If you need to, you can bring the floor up to you by placing the blocks underneath your hands. You can come down onto your forearms. Just make sure that your sit bones are still connecting you to the ground, to the mat. Couple breaths here. Okay, slowly come up. And let's move forward to our tabletop position. Have your wrists in line with your shoulders. If your wrists are sore, actually, this is another, you know what? Just for a moment, if you have your blocks, let's use them. If you don't, you're going to come up onto your fists. Okay. Tops of your toes are heavy. Inhale, drop your belly, scoop your tailbone, head and chin, come up. Exhale, round. Press the earth away from you. Tuck your chin to your chest. So keep flying from your cat to your cow. A couple more rounds. Massaging at your spines. Good. Massaging out your hips. You can always take one gaze over your left shoulder and then your right shoulder. Kind of play around with what feels right. Let's do one more here. Come back to center. And then I want you to have your big toe mounds touch, knees go wide apart. Send your sit bones back, coming into your child's pose, but utilize your blocks. Couple of breaths here. If you don't have your blocks, that's okay. You can use your pillow or pillows or something else that just elevates you slightly. Sit bones to the back of your heels, heart open and melted. Slowly walk your hands over to the right with your blocks. Reach your left block a little bit longer, stretching out your left sides. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, over to the left. This time, right block stretches out a little bit further. And we're going to leave our blocks where they are. Walk your hands forward and come forward to your tabletop position. Externally rotate your top arms, internally rotate your bottom. Curl your toes under and send your hips high, downward dog. Pedal it out. Good. Bend both knees. Take your gaze forward and gently start to walk to the top of your mat. Coming into a forward fold, Uttanasana. Have a bend as much as you need to in your knees. And I want your upper body to get really heavy over your low body. So imagine your legs are really grounded into the earth. And gently start to sway here just for a moment. And then come back to center. We're going to ragdoll it up. So come up nice and slow. Imagining that you're coming in one vertebrae at a time. So your head and your neck are the last things to arrive. Good. Inhale and circle your arms. Exhale your hands to your heart. Inhale, rise. Clasp hold of your right wrist and reach over to the left. Ground down through your right heel. We tend to kind of get a little bit lighter in that foot, but I want you to get heavier. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, second side. Ground down through your left foot. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release your hands to your heart. This time, as you inhale, reach up and back, open up your heart. Exhale and bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Okay, here we go. Nice and slow. Inhale, ragdoll it up. Nice and slow. You might take a couple inhales here. That's okay. Head and chin. Head and chin go up last. Good. And then we'll do that again. Inhale, circle your arms. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, rise. Clasp hold of your right wrist, reach to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, second side. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, your hands to your heart. Good. Inhale, rise, reach up and back. Open your heart. Exhale and bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise, reach up and back. Open your heart. Exhale your hands to your heart center. Okay, this time I want you to interlace your fingertips behind your bums. Walk your shoulders in so your hearts are open. Now you're going to notice right away which shoulder feels a little tighter. That's okay. And then see if you can get the base of your palms to go together. If this feels impossible, don't stress. The other option, I'm just looking for a t-shirt and of course I can't find one. The other option is if you have a strap, you can use a strap or a tank top or a t-shirt and you can use this. If that was the first option was too much, then use your shirt. Remember when you were kids and your mom always said, don't wipe your hands on your shirt, you can use your shirt today. Okay, so walk our shoulders in. Inhale, find your length, bring your fists down towards the earth. And it's okay if your hands don't clasp together really well, that's okay. I just want you to have the idea of bringing your energy in. As you exhale, bend your knees, forward fold, and then start to open up through your shoulders, through your neck. Shake out a yes or a no. I did a no first. I always envision that. I always say a yes first, but I always say no. Good, and then bend your knees as much as you need to. Open up and breathe here. Nice long inhalations. It's okay if your hands, your fingertips start to sway apart. Your legs are going to start to get heavy. That's okay too. Breathe it out. Focusing on your breath. In order for us to become brave, we need to open up our hearts, our shoulders, our chest. Exhale and let your fingers go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Good. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees. Clasp hold of your left wrist. Slowly start to straighten out your right leg, but keep your left knee bent. Press your left hand or wrist. Pull it down towards the earth. Let go through your head, your neck. Couple breaths here. Good. And then release. Bend both knees again. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Let's go ahead and straighten out our left leg. Bend your right knee. Clasp hold of your right wrist. Pull down to the ground. Shake it a yes or no. Breathe it out. I always think to let go, release. Inhale, rise, nice and slow, ragdoll it up. I always think that sometimes when people think they need to be brave, they need to like rush through life, they need to, get things going, and instead sometimes it's about slowing it down and breaking it apart. Good. Feet are hip width distance and parallel. Inhale, rise. Exhale your hands to your heart. Core is engaged here. Good. Let's do that again. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time. Inhale, rise. This time, exhale, clasp hold of your right wrist. Reach to the left, ground down through your right foot. Inhale, back to center. Nice. Exhale, second side. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release your hands to your heart. Inhale, rise. Reach up and back. Open your heart. Exhale and bow forward, hinging at your hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands. Step your left leg back. Tap down your left heel. Take your right hand onto the inside of your right foot. Here's the thing though, if you need to bring the floor up a little bit, your arms aren't long, that's okay. Use your block or your pillow. Wrap your right sides under, open your left side. Lift your left inner thigh, gently scoop your tailbones. Inhale nice and slow. Peel your left arm up. Reach it up towards the sky. Take your gaze with you. Use your back leg. So you're not dumping your entire weight onto your front leg. You're using your back leg here. Left leg strong. 3 more breaths. One more. Good. As you inhale, engage your core. Rise all the way up. Come up into your warrior 2. Take your gaze over your front fingers. Take a peek down at your knee. Might have come up a little bit so your knee is bent over your second and your third toe. Left thigh will come in, back and apart. Scoop your tailbones. One arm isn't flying higher or lower. They're both equal and parallel, gazing over your front fingers. Take your right forearm down onto your right thigh. Reach your left arm over your ear and stretch. Wrap your right sides under. Use your left leg here. Good. Imagine you're holding a big yoga ball or maybe the world. Inhale, come back to center. Use your core. And exhale and reverse. Stretch it out. Open your heart, soften here. See if you can take the 2 top corners of your mouth and point them up. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, clasp a hold of your fingertips behind your bum. Walk your shoulders and start to point your toes, your right toes to the middle of your mat. Bring your fist down to the earth. And again, we're bringing the palms of the base of our hands together. If you can't quite get it there, that's okay. Grab your strap or your shirt if this doesn't feel right. Inhale, find your length. You can widen your stance as much as you need to. Both toes pigeon inward. Exhale, lower about a halfway lift here. Inhale here. Exhale and open up your shoulders. Take a couple breaths. One more breath. And then slowly bring your fingertips down to the earth. Take a couple breaths in your version of your wide-legged forward fold. Some of you might be down on the top near the crown of your head, maybe on your forearms. Maybe you're using your blocks underneath your hands. Good. Let's walk our hands over to our left foot. Start to point our left toes to the back of our mat, so your right foot keeps where it is. Heel to arch stance. Left hand onto the inside of your left foot, bend into your left knee. Right leg is lifted, scoop your tailbones and core is engaged. Inhale, reach your right fingers up towards the sky. Give me a little bit of a wave here. And again, you're not dumping all your weight into your left leg. You're using your back leg as leverage. So lift your right thigh. 2 more breaths. Inhale nice and slow. Rise up, warrior 2. Strong foundation here. Arms parallel. Hug your core in. Bring the energy from your feet all the way up. Exhale, left forearm down onto your left thigh. Reach your right arm over your ear and stretch. Wrapping your left sides. Use your right leg. You're not dumping your weight. Good. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, reverse. Right hand onto the back of your right thigh. Reach your left arm over your ear. Make sure you didn't straighten. Make sure you didn't straighten out your left leg. It's still bent. Good. And then inhale, come back to center. Exhale, clasp a hold of your fingertips behind your bum. Walk your shoulders in. Heel toe your feet in so they're both pigeon inward. Inhale, find your length. Press your fist down. Exhale, halfway. Inhaling here. Exhale, open your shoulders one last time here. Good, and then bring your fingers all the way down. Walk your hands to the top of your mat. Point your right toes forward, left toes forward, and step back to a downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to your tabletop position with control. Exhale and release back to your child's pose. Take about 60 breaths. But while you're here, I want you to work a little bit here. So take your hands into prayer. Walk your elbows forward and take your thumbs to the nape of your neck. Send your sit bones back. Breathe deeply here. One more breath. And slowly release your fingertips. Inhale and come forward to your tabletop position. Bring your knees back to hip width distanced and parallel. Let's curl our left toes under. Tap down our left heel. Right wrist is in line with your right shoulder. Now, hyperextenders, you're going to have your elbows pointing forward. I want you to externally rotate your top arm, internally rotate your bottom. Hug your belly in. Inhale nice and slow. Peel your left arm up to the sky. Coming into your modified side plank here. Lift your hips, so don't cave into your hips. Don't dip your hips, ladies. Lift, or gentlemen. Lift your right armpit back. Good. And then exhale. Bring your left arm down. Come forward. Back to your tabletop position. Exhale, take your child's pose. A little bit of movement here. Inhaling forward, drop your belly, scoop your tailbones, head and chin come up. Exhale and round. All the way back. Inhaling forward, drop your belly, scoop your tailbones. Exhaling, rounding back. Okay, let's do that one more time. Inhaling forward, drop your belly, scoop your tailbones, head and chin come up. And exhale, round back. Inhale, come forward to your tabletop position. Curl your right toes under this time and tap down your right heel. Left wrist is in line with your left shoulder. And again, hyperextenders where your elbows are pointing forward. Externally rotate your top arm, internally rotate your bottom. Create a little hastabandha with your hands. Inhale nice and slow. Peel your right arm up. Lift your hips. Open up here and breathe. Don't dip. Lift your left armpit back. And as you exhale, bring your right arm all the way back down. Come back to your tabletop position and take your child's pose. Couple of deep breaths here. Nice long inhalations. And even longer exhalations. Okay, so we're going to add on to what we just did. So your first option is to do exactly what you just did. Your second option is, well, we'll go through it together. So come forward to your tabletop position. Curl your left toes under. Tap down your left heel. Inhale, reach your right arm up. First option is here. Second option, if you need a little extra stability, is curl your right toes under. Flex your left foot. Lift it an inch or two up. Whoop! Lift it an inch or two up off of your mat. Apparently I have no stability today. Hug in. Getting into your glutes. Hold it here. And then exhale. Release. Take your child's pose. But don't get comfortable here. Inhale forward. Drop your belly. Scoop your tailbone, head and chin up. Exhale, round all the way back. Cat pose to your child's pose. 2 more times. Inhaling forward, drop your bellies. Exhale, round. 1 last time. Inhale forward, back to your tabletop position. Second side, curl your right toes under, tap down your right heel. Hug everything in towards your midline. Inhale and reach your right arm up to the sky. First option. Second option is to flex your right toes, woo, and lift it about 1 inch or 2 up off of your mat. Hug in even more. So here's the thing, they say when it's snowing or raining, there's any precipitation in the air, that your balance is thrown off. Exhale and release. Okay, so those are your first 2 options. Your third option is we're going to go for a full plank here, or side planks, excuse me. So if you're going for your full side plank, I want you to decide if you're in tabletop or full side plank. So if you're going for the full thing, take your downward dog. If you're not sure, why don't you give it a try? Have your feet together, ankles kissing, start to pivot onto the outer edge of your right foot. Inhale, reach your left arm up to the sky. Be careful not to dip your hips here. Lift your right armpit back. Open your heart. Take 1 more deep breath. Exhale and release back to your downward dog. Paddle it out for a moment. Second side. Feet together. Pivot onto the outer edge of your left foot. Inhale, reach your right arm up to the sky. Lift your hips. 1 more deep breath. And exhale, release, downward facing dog. Nicely done. Inhale, forward tabletop. Exhale, child's pose. Let's take about 8 breaths here. Start to slow down your breath. And then slowly come forward, tabletop. Have a seat. Cross your legs. Oh, beautiful. So what we're going to, actually, grab 1 block. I changed my mind. If you don't have a block, grab your pillow. And we are going to come all the way down with our prop. 1 more heart opener here. Walk your shoulders in, hearts are lifted, feet are hip width distance and parallel. Walk your feet to your bums. Now forget about your prop for just a moment in time. Palms down by your sides. Inhale, scoop your tailbone, lift your hips high, Reach your arms over your head. Let the back of your palms rest. Exhale, start to lower everything back down. This is your waterfall bridge. We'll do this a couple of times. So flowing with your own breath rhythm here. Let's do it 5 times. Don't let your knees sway apart. 2 more. Last one. Beautiful. Let yourselves rest for a moment onto your backs. Grab your prop. As you inhale, scoop your tailbone. Lift your hips high. Place the prop underneath you. So you have a couple different layers. This is the lowest level. Second, and then the third. This is one's pretty intense through your hips. I'm going to go for about second. So you're going to place it underneath your sacrum. And then walk your shoulders in again. And you can play around here. We're going to stay here for a little while. So maybe you want to lower down, maybe come up a little bit, maybe you want to higher. You can play around here. Figure out what feels best for you. And you can have your hands wherever they feel most comfortable. Maybe on your bellies or down by your sides. I want you to think back to that word brave or bravery that we were talking about earlier in the beginning of class. How that resonates with you. What does that look like or feel like to you? Maybe there's multiple times in your life where you've had to feel brave. I want you to think about what you did during those times. Maybe you breathed a little deeper, maybe you breathed a little lesser. Maybe you shut down, maybe you opened up. Wherever you are, take 8 more breaths. Nice long inhalations. Nice long exhalations. Here. And as you take your next inhale, scoop your tailbones, lift your hips high, remove your block, keep your prop, keep your hips where they are. Exhale, slowly give yourselves a massage, coming down 1 vertebrae at a time. Let your back rest against your mat. Heel toe your feet in so that they're together now. Take your arms out to your T or your stop sign. You're going to bring your legs up to a reverse tabletop position. Inhale, lift up and over onto your right glute. Exhale, send your legs to the right and gaze over your left shoulder. If you need to have anything between your thighs, go ahead and grab your blanket. Breathe deeply here. Nice deep spinal twist, but also a great way to open up through our heart. So internally, what's going on is you're taking your internal organs and wringing them out like you would a sponge. So getting rid of anything that no longer serves you. This is a gentle way to kind of detox. But obviously without the running to the bathroom thing. That's not going to happen. It's nice and gentle. Close your eyes if it serves you. 3 more breaths. slowly plant the sole of your left foot onto the ground. We're going to use it as leverage to roll onto our backs. Safest way for us to get out of the pose. Bring your feet back together. Inhale your legs at a reverse tabletop. Lift up and over this time onto your left glute. Exhale your legs to the left. Oof, did you hear that one? I got a spinal adjustment. Take your gaze over your right shoulder. Who needs a chiropractor when you have yoga self-adjustments? Breathing here. Again, if you're feeling tight, you can always place a block or something between your thighs. Close your eyes and breathe here. Plant the sole of your right foot. Use it as leverage. Roll all the way back onto your backs. Oh, let's go ahead and hug our knees into our chest. Give yourselves a nice deep hug here. Take a couple breaths. You can choose to stay here. Maybe you want to wrap your arms around your legs. Tuck your forehead toward your knees. Bring them up into a big, beautiful ball. And then slowly release. Okay, take your legs down. Soles of your feet touch the ground. Walk your shoulders in. Let's heel toe our feet out. Bring our knees together and let the knees start to kiss one another, releasing any pressure off of your back. Take a couple deep breaths here, but let's double our exhales. So whatever you're inhaling for, if you're inhaling for 2, then exhale for 8. If you're inhaling for 4, sorry, that made no sense. If you're inhaling for 2, exhale for 4. If you're inhaling for 4, exhale 8. I keep having the number 8 in my head all of a sudden, so anyways, breathe deeply here. Last round. And slowly start to open your legs. Heel toe your feet in slightly. Inhale, let your right knee float down to the earth. Exhale and straighten your right leg out. Inhaling, left knee floats down. Exhale, straighten out your left leg. Take your hands down by your sides. Palms facing up. Close your eyes and think back to your intention, back to the word brave. What does that look like and feel like for you? Bravery is the audacity to be unhindered by failures and to walk with freedom, strength, and hope in the face of things unknown. Deepen your breath, wiggling your fingers and toes. Reach your arms overhead and stretch. Draw your knees into your chest and give yourselves a hug. Roll onto your favorite side using your arm as a pillow or for support. Breathe here in this space, thanking yourself for being here, practicing opening your heart, and reminding of yourself of the days you feel less brave, of this practice, this space that you've created for yourself, and may you come back to visit this place, remembering that you're not alone. There are billions of people on this planet with you, breathing the same air. And when you're ready, join me back up in a seated position. Keep your eyes closed or your gaze soft. Fold your hands at your heart. May the light and darkness that dances within me be the light and darkness that dances within you. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me again today. I hope to see you on your mats again soon, and remember to keep your head high and be kind to yourself. See you next time. I don't think it wants to stop. Bye-bye.